Alright, so this is a Dayz tutorial guide to show you the little, if you need to know how to do shit in the very early stages and you don't know how to play, whether you don't know how to play or maybe you just don't know a certain feature of this game or something like that, then Lamau, you came to the right place, and I can hopefully show you a thing or two, or show you everything, because I'm a fucking god and I show everyone everything. So, I, I've been playing this game since since I was a part of the 5,000 people that was entered into a closed preview, and so I've been playing since since you could very first play. So over this couple 2-3 weeks now, I've learned how to play and all the little features that you may need to know to play this game. So with that being said, I mean, yes you can, god damn it, Kyle. Do it, you won't know balls. So, anyways, sure you can go over here to tutorials and look at that, but this didn't help me at all. Because I already played Dayz on PC. However, so when you first start in and you want to find a server, to me at least, I always like to go to down to the US servers. I don't think it matters because I'm in America, so I go to a US server, but I don't think it really matters what server you go to necessarily. So if you want to go to NL, which is the Netherlands, then aim them out, do it. Then that'd be cool. If you want to go to Russia, that'd be cool too. SG is coming up next. I don't know what SG is, but if you want to do that, that's cool too. It doesn't really matter. I mean, unless it does matter, then hey. But so I'm gonna go to. So if you're playing with a friend, so I get this question a lot from a lot of people, is how do you play with your friend? Because it doesn't really give you an option to join their game. So what me and my friends do, at least for this time being, now maybe in the future update they have something changed for this, but the current state that this is in, this is how we do it. So we look at the US servers and we do the last four number digits. And then so I'd be like, okay, we find a server we want. Okay, I'm just gonna say the population 11, so that's 4203. And then so it'll put you in a queue for 1. If it puts you in a queue for 1, that pretty much is you're good to stay. Just stay in that queue for 1. Unless you want to sit in a queue forever, I highly recommend you just join a server that only puts you in a queue of like 1 or 2 people. Otherwise, it'll just take absolutely forever. And then it's going to run through its thing right here and just show this. But I'm pretty much in. Okay, when you see that black screen right there, that means you're in. Okay, so you're in Dayz. Holy moly, you're actually playing the game. If you wanna do a fucking little dance here, because I'm a cool guy. Look at me. Hell yeah. So, okay, you're in Dayz. I'm gonna show you the very simple aspects about this game, just in case you don't know. So, press the back button, the 2 square buttons to open up your inventory. You use your D-pad or left stick. I like to use my D-pad to scroll around and do that shit. I don't have anything right now, so it's because of that glitch that was going on. Okay, so the basics, it's fairly basic. You just press right on left stick. You press forward on left stick to move forward. A to jump. Tap B to crouch. You can also run and crouch by holding left stick. By clicking left stick and moving forward, you can run or crouch run. If you hold B, you can lay down. And A is to jump. I'm going to go. Oh, so here's some water. So this is really good. So what you want to do is if you find water now, in the later updates, I know they're going to be adding in diseases, so actually I'll show you right now. So if you look at the bottom right corner of my screen, you see the plus bar, the little raindrop, the little fuzzy bean. a temperature, a fork knife, and a cup of water, it looks. So those are the things you really need to pay attention to while playing Daisy. The plus bar is your overall health. The raindrop is your blood. So, if you're losing blood, it will have an arrow down for that, and you need to quickly patch. That's if you're currently bleeding. So you'll need to currently patch yourself up. The little fuzzy bean, at this current state of Daisy, it doesn't work. So you don't have to worry about that as of now. But that is so you will get diseases, and you can get sick and die. If you don't take care of the disease. But at this current state, you don't have to worry about that. They haven't added it in yet. The temperature, once again, another thing that they have not implemented yet, but if it's downward, it means you're freezing, and if it's upward, you're overheating. Because you can die of overheat, and you can die of hypothermia. The fork and knife is your food system. That tells you if you need to eat anything, and then the cup, which I'm currently on yellow, down, means I need to drink something. So when it's on yellow, when it's gray, normal, like my plus bar, then that means you're perfect. You don't have to do anything to fix that. When there's one arrow down and gray, it means okay, you may need to look for it, and you may need to fix it. Then yellow down is you're going to need it pretty soon. And then once it's red, it means you need it, otherwise you're gonna die. And if it's flashing red, it means you're going to die. So, you have to find water, for instance, in the next minute, otherwise you're going to die. So, because I'm currently on yellow down, I should probably take something to drink. So you just walk up to some water, and I don't know if it'll let you do it right now, but it should let you. In some water you can, some water you can't, where you can wash your hands. So just sit here and press X to refill my water. Now, if you notice, my disease went up 3, but that's it. Like I said, it doesn't work right now, so you shouldn't be affected by it. And the water, as you see, the water is going up 3, and now it's gray, and it's up 3 still. So that's all good and dandy. So that's what you're looking for. And then if you overdrink, your guy will puke, and once again, the disease is not implemented, so he will puke, but it won't actually hurt you or affect you or anything like that. So this is actually kind of like a not good spawn, because most times they'll spawn you on the beach, and then you can find your way there. Find your way around that way, but as of right now, I'm in the middle of a forest, and I have absolutely no idea where I am. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, there's a road right here. Oh, I think I know where I am. Okay, I'm over by the ship, I believe. Which, I mean, it's not a bad spawn point, but it's really depending on what you're looking for, what kind of game style you're looking for. Also, another thing that I found really helpful when playing this game, especially when you're by yourself, is to press the 3-line button, the start button, and then go up to online, and you can see who is all online. And if there's a lot of people, then that will determine the likelihood of you running into someone. So if you're in a server with only 2 people in your game, and let's say you're at a military base or a high populated area, and there's only 2 people, then you wouldn't have to worry about it. But let's say you have a full server and you're in a high populated area, then you would really want to look out for other people. Yeah, I'm at the ship. I'm so good. I've been playing this game for a while now, so I kind of have a good idea of where I might spawn and where to go from there. So we're going to go over here to the ship, just because the ship can have some pretty good loot. The game's a little laggy right now. I may skip some points in this video, just so it's not a really long video. Because I'm currently using Twitch stream to upload this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Twitch stream it, and I'm going to go back over, watch the stream and screen record, and then edit that thing that I screen recorded. Let's see if I can wash my hands. I think I have to be more... Oh yeah, and that's another feature. So right there, once again, not a feature you have to worry about right now, but right next to the plus bar, the little raindrops, that's pretty much telling you that you're wet and that you need to dry off. Now, in the full version that they're going to be giving out is once you get that, then you'd have to dry off and do all that fun stuff, because then you can ruin your clothing. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm pressing right bumper to zoom in. This is very, very helpful. Hold left left to aim or get your hands up, and then right to punch. Now, the thing I've noticed is that when you run and sprint, you lose food and water a lot faster. So just jog just by walking forward is the best way to go, because you can go longer. You may not get there as fast, but you'll get there without having to like worry too much about food and water, which is always good. So because I am in a fairly popular area, I need to be careful of players. Now, how you choose to interact with different players, that's all you. I personally am more of a dick when it comes to people, and like to fuck around with people and kill them and whatnot. But that's all up to you. Just know that most people in this game, the main percentage of the people in this game are assholes, and you shouldn't trust anyone. Even if they seem friendly, they may end up always just being friendly just to kill you. Oh, here we go. So you can press X to take it, but what I like to do is I like to go to my inventory and then go to vicinity, and then go and see the pants right there. So this is something that took me a long time to figure out, was when you're in your inventory, go over to your items, and then to drop your, like for instance my pants, hold Y to drop items. That took me a while, is to figure out how to unequip items. You hold Y on the item. And so while on this ship, I'm just going to go through all the little rooms. This is what we call looting. Jungle boots. A lot of the fabric and clothing in this item is a lot of just fashion-wise. So like if you want to wear it, that's cool. But military outfits, they definitely give more slots and better inventory space, and you want lots of inventory space so you can have more space to do things with. It's kind of a no-brainer, but you know, ALML. Just because there may not be a lot of loot here doesn't necessarily mean that it's looted. It just means that maybe there's not anything spawning there. So ballistic vest, it's a good thing to have so that in case you get shot or attacked. But if you just noticed, at the bottom left corner of my screen, that's my stamina. And if I take it off, I got all my stamina back. If I put it on, that's because this is very heavy. And everything in this game, everything in this game that you put in your inventory, all has weight. So the more things you have in your inventory, the more you're heavy, and you cannot run. So I can still run right now, but I can only run for that short amount of stamina. But if I take this off, then I can run further. I can run longer distances. Just gonna continue looting through here. What's that? A jacket, nice. And you also want to check. I found out that I'm talking to a lot of people, and there's a lot of people who didn't know about you can find loot and stuff inside pants. So like even though I have pants, I still want to come over here and open my vicinity to see what's in the pants, just because sometimes you can find food or water or even like a weapon, or you can pretty much find almost anything inside clothing. Sometimes you can even find ammo and a weapon. Sometimes, really rare, but it is possible. So when it comes to ladders, you just gotta look at it and press X. You do not want to jump. This is not one of those games that you can just like jump right off, because you can hurt yourself, and that would not be good. And it's really annoying to fix yourself. 30 round AK mag. I don't have an AK right now, but maybe I'll run into one. And I'd much rather have a AK mag than not have one. I'm gonna just look around the area, see if I see anyone. Because even though this is a zombie game, and you really gotta look out for zombies, the people are much more of a threat than zombies. Zombies, as long as you're smart around them, then you should be fine. However, people, you just gotta avoid. Once again, depending on your playstyle. If your playstyle is all PvP and you're looking for people and you're wanting to do stuff like that, then go for it. But if you're just wanting to wander around and adventure and do all that stuff by yourself, then you really gotta look out for people. So a cool feature that I didn't know about this, is that you can actually slide down ladders. So what you want to do is you want to get on the ladder, and then, wait, what's that? Did I miss something? Some shiny thing right there. Oh, I think that's just, yeah, never mind. So with sliding down ladders, you want to get onto a ladder, and then you want to hold just like the same way of running, but run backwards. And then you slide down. That's a cool feature. Really helps when you're trying to, earlier today, actually, I was over at a military base, and there was a guy sniping me, and I could see him climbing down the ladder, and then he slid down. But if he climbed down, I probably would have been able to kill him. But yeah, another good feature is you can go in first person. You can play first person or third person, depending on how you want to do it. I like to be in first person in like small corridors like this, just because it's easier and your camera can't get stuck on walls and whatnot. I also like to go into first person when I go into battle. Once again, it's just a preference. There might be some strategic value to that, but I don't know. I just prefer to be in first person in combat. Now, depending on what kind of person you are, maybe you like to play with over the left shoulder or the right shoulder. I like to be over the right shoulder. Another AK mag. You see, I haven't been to any military base, but I'm already looted up pretty well. Could even check the other side of the side of the ship. So this is one of those times where if you where fashion and customization comes into you. So even though these here share the same amount of actually no, my pants have more. So this is another pair of military pants that actually has less. Never mind. I like the ones I currently wear, but if you wanted to wear that kind, if you want to have a matching character colors or whatever, then you could do that as well. Which I think is pretty cool, that they have different varieties of different stuff. Yep, seems like that's about it. And my hunger is on yellow, so I gotta... you should always keep your eyes open for food and water. Just because that will always be something that you have to worry about. Wait, wrong way. Food and water will always be something you always have to worry about. Doesn't matter how looted you are, how far you've gone, it's something that's always there. So whenever you're in your travels doing whatever, you should always keep your eyes open for water or food. Okay, so sometimes you can open containers. Not every container, but some containers you can open. Sometimes you can find good loot in them. Waterproof bag. Yeah, see, like that one I can open. Ooh, very good. Water bottle. It's one of the best things you could probably find for water is a canteen or a water bottle because you could always refill them. You can find soda and other liquids that you can drink, but water bottles and canteens, once again, you can refill it. So if you ever run out, you don't have to go out and find more. You just have to find a water source. I'm actually not going to carry this just because it's not needed right now. Now you put now let's say you have something in your hand and you want to put it back. You just tap the Y button and it goes right back to your inventory. Actually, because we're by some water, I'm going to real quick drink some more water. Actually, I wonder if I can. Okay. So if you want to drink in this game or do anything, if you really want to do anything in this game with inventory items, you got to put it in your hand first, and then at the bottom of the screen it'll tell you to hold whatever item it may be. So if you want to drink water, you got to put it in your hand, and then it's gonna go around the circle. And oh Jesus Christ! Holy shit! That. Yep. Hey, buddy, what's up? This is what I mean by if you're smart, you can avoid zombies if you know what you're doing. But people are an always threat you have to worry about. Just like that, minding my own business. And then I got shot at by someone with a silenced AK, I assume, or an M4. And without a doubt, he's chasing me down right now, and I have no way to defend myself. And once again, I said I was in a populated spot. So I'm actually going to go over here and hide in a bush or something like that for the time being, just because I don't want to lose this character. It's not very hidden. It's one of these. Now, depending on how much of a douchebag this guy is, will determine if he's gonna chase me down, or if he was just taking a few lucky shots. Anyways, I'm not gonna stick around and find out. Now, I personally where I like to go is I like to go to Brazino, and then up to the military base from there. I might cut some of this out, because the thing about this game is it's a lot of walking. You'll spend most of your time playing this game walking or running from people, and it's those little moments just like that that gets your heart racing, and is what this game's all about, really. You can play it. It really, like I said, once again, it depends solely on your play style. If you want to play this game to just wander around the forest, eating off the land, if you want to do strict PvP, get looted up, and then stay around the military bases and shoot other looted people, if you want to be a asshole and do what I like to do and get fully looted and come to the shore and then kill anyone I see, you know, that's it. It really does matter on how your playstyle is. Will determine if you enjoy this game or not, and if you're even into these kind of games is another big factor. If you like hardcore open world survival MMOs, then this is the perfect game for you. I don't even know where that guy came from either. It's always good whenever you're walking long distances to just check out your surroundings in all directions. I don't think I've actually been to this church. You can typically find some decent loot in churches. Nothing crazy or anything like that. Doesn't look like anything spawned here. Now the thought that's in the back of my mind right now is if that guy is determined to kill me, he would still be following me, trying to find me right now. So that's why I keep looking behind me to make sure if I'm being followed or not. So one of the best places to find loot, in my opinion, is in cars. Because if right there, can of spaghetti. I'm really needing food right now. I just heard a chicken, but I don't have anything to eat the chicken with. Otherwise, I'd kill that chicken right now and take its meat. Some rope. Now there's a really cool feature that hasn't been added yet, that they're adding, where you can use rope and duct tape to tie people up, if you want to. But besides that, you can make like improvised backpacks with rope and a burlap sack. So this is one of those unfortunate moments where I have food in my hand, like on me, but I don't have any way to open it. because I need something to open the can of food with. So like a knife or anything along those lines would be great right now. The crazy thing about playing Dayz is that I could literally be walking right now, just like I was, just minding my own business, and then out of nowhere I can get shot. Or run into someone. Okay, good. Good. So, canned tuna is one of the few food items that you can find that you can open without a tool. So you put it in your hand, and then you click right trigger, opens it, and then you hold right trigger to eat it. But you have to have it in your hand. And as you notice, my food was on red, which means if I didn't find food anytime soon, I'd start to die. But now it's going up. I can't tell you how many times I've been a fresh spawn and had food in my inventory, but couldn't find a knife or anything to open it with, so I died of starvation. And honestly, if I was in a survival situation like that, in real life, I wouldn't even care. I would just smash it against the ground until it opened. It's always good to like loot buildings. If you play this game enough, you kind of know where everything spawns at, what kind of loot spawns, and where to look for the loot. Flashlight might come in handy. Now, I have not personally experienced the night server on Xbox. I have on PC. But this game is not like other games where it's night, where you can still see things. When this game is night, you literally can't see a thing. Unless you can't even see your character. Unless you have a flashlight or some sort of source of light. More rope. Oh, here we go. Equip that for fashion and can help against battles. Because you can get knocked out in this game by getting punched in the face. So if you have a helmet on, you cannot get knocked out, which is cool. And I think like if you get shot in the head, it may not. It'll definitely hurt you, but I don't think it'll kill you instantly. Perfect. I found a hatchet. Now, what I'm going to do with this hatchet, I'm not going to eat it right now because I'm on up 3. But what you do with items like this is, at least what I like to do, is because anything can happen at any moment, and instead of having to go to your inventory or having it in your hand all the time, you go to the inventory, you go to the item, and then you hold left stick, and then you use your right joystick to scroll around, and you decide where you want to put it, and press A. So now, let's say I'm walking, and I see someone, I can just go, boop, and it's instantly in your hand. But I'm going to put that away for right now. And now, I can use that to open my can of beans, I think, or spaghetti, I mean. Now, one of the cool things that is cool about Dayz is that depending on what item you use to open your food, will determine how much food you actually get. So you can use like an axe, and you can use other big items to open it with, but you won't get as much food from it. So like if you use a can opener, you'll get 100% of whatever food you're eating, like the spaghettis for instance. If you use a knife or a hatchet or anything along those lines, you may not get as much. Or if you use a full-on big axe, you may only get like 20% of your food. I don't know the exact numbers, so don't quote me on that, but that's just kind of how it seems. So one of the things you may want to look out for is those are police stations, and those how you can find weapons and some police gear. Now, once again, strictly depending on your playstyle, but that's where a lot of people tend to go to, and so you may not want to go there, because most people will probably go there to find loot. Now there are zombies, so this is that moment where I'm like, you can be smart around zombies if you know what you're doing. I'm no expert at being around zombies because I still get attacked all the time, but it's definitely a lot easier to know what you're doing against zombies than it is to go against people. And I have a hatchet, so if a zombie does give me any trouble, I can just kill it. Gonna let it see me. So what you want to do with zombies, you want to spam hit them in the head. You can hit the body, but you gotta aim for the head. This looks looted. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna... I believe this is already looted, so I'm not gonna put any more time into that. Sledgehammer, which is a good item to have on you, so that if in case you get into battles with people, it'll do more damage than a hatchet. Now what I've typically noticed is that I get more likelihood to find weapons and loot in these kind of buildings than I'm in right now, these log cabin type houses. Yep, splitting axe right there. Gonna drop the sledgehammer, gonna equip that, and then put that in my inventory, and still take the hatchet. Now, once again, strictly depending on your playstyle, I personally don't like to hang out in towns that much, big cities at least, because you can run into people, and it's very, very frustrating when you put a lot of time into your character, and then walk into the wrong house, and then you bump into someone, and then they kill you. That's very frustrating. Oh, there we are, some ammo for some 380. Don't have any room for it. I don't really need it. I would like, I'm gonna drop the flashlight just because I don't think it's gonna be nighttime anytime soon. So I can grab those bullets, just because that will go for the U70 pistol, which is like a Makarov, and that's a more common pistol to find. More duct tape. You know what, actually? So I'm going to make some rags just to be safe. Oh, there we go. Hey, look at that. A IZH rifle. Very cool. So actually, oh, wait a minute. So one of the things you could do is anytime you want to load a weapon with ammo in this game, you must load the bullets into it. It's not like other video games where you find ammo and then you automatically have it with your gun. You you have to actually load each bullet into a magazine. So for right now, since I don't have an AK, I'm going to actually take the bullets out. So you put the magazine in your hand, and then you hold the right trigger. He's taking the ammo out, because I do believe I have the ammo for this rifle in this magazine. I could be wrong. I do. Okay, I have ammo for this gun. Nice. See, that's what I mean. I don't have the AK, but it's always good to bring the ammo, just in case. So, loading ammo. Try shooting it. Doesn't work. Now, what you could do, if you have the ammo, is you press Y, and you can load it in like that. Gonna put this on my back. Right there. Now you can press Y and do it like that, or you can go over to the ammo and press B on it and load it in like that. Then you have it. I'm actually going to drop that and pick that up. Okay, now to make rags. So rags is very helpful. So in case you are bleeding or you're hurt or whatever, you can just quickly bandage yourself up. So what you want to do is you can either find bandages places in most likely hospitals or something like that. But if you don't have anything like that, you can go find a shirt or any clothing item, and you have to hold a axe or some sort of cutting object in your hand. Look at the item and then hold right trigger, and you'll sound like I just heard someone. Could have sworn I just heard someone. I'm actually going to drop this mag, and I'm going to pick that up. Now it's dirty rags, and once again, the disease isn't implemented, but if you had dirty rags like this, and you use it, it could actually get you infected. Okay. Now that I have a weapon, I feel more secure and safe. But what I really need now is I need a backpack. That was weird. Oh, okay. So I'm currently in Berezino, which is my personal favorite place to go. And I'll real quick show you on the map. I'll show you on the map where I'm gonna go to northwest. So this will be the easiest way to get to the northwest airfield, which is where you want to end up going. Once again, depending on your playstyle, well, if you want to go there and get good loot, military loot, you want to go to Berezino. I mean, you want to go to northwest airfield. Just gonna loot these places real quick. Burlap sack. Do I still have that rope? Nope. Lockpick. Always good to have. But I don't have the room for it. Lockpicks are good so you can lock the door behind you. It's also good so that Like if you want to lock someone in a building, you can just go like that. And for some reason it does it. Like you can't open the door now. So if you want to lock someone in there, you can do that. Or if you find a locked door, you can do that too. To open it. It's not like imperative to have, but it is just something that's always just kind of good to have on you. So these buildings are little hospital clinics, which is always good to loot, but I'm not going to because I already have rags on me. So I'm going to make my way. So in Berezino, the way I do it, at least, to get to Northwest is, and you can get to Northwest any way you want to go, but I find the easiest way to do it if you're on this side of the map, because this map is very, very big. It's 10 times bigger than PUBG map. So if you are spawned near this location, I find the easiest way is to go by Berezino. And what you want to do is you want to look for the yellow crane. So Berezino is in 2 different sections. I'm in the lower section, there's an upper section. And the upper section has the crane. So I'm gonna try to find that crane right now. Now my water's on yellow. So next time I find water, I'm gonna have to refill my water bottle. Another flashlight. There's the crane. Okay. So right where I'm looking, right there at that white dot, that's the crane. So that's where I'm gonna go. Now I hear a chicken, and I think they should change it to where you can, because I have an axe. But to get meat from a chicken, you have to kill it, and then you have to use a knife of some sort. Not like you can't use a hatchet or an axe or anything like that. You have to either use a kitchen knife or a combat knife or a hunting knife. And that's the only way you can do it. Same with like eating human. If you kill a person and you want to eat them, you have to use either a hunting knife, a kitchen knife, or a combat knife. And since I don't have any of those, I can't eat that chicken. So there's no real point in killing it. I'm going to go ahead and skip this little part. Okay, I'm in Berezino. The upper part 5 minutes later. Just gonna keep my gun out just because we are now in a more populated area again. You know, I don't need the, because I have a rifle now, I don't need that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And again, you could, hold on, some guy sent me a message. And again, zombies, if you know how to avoid them, they're pretty easy to avoid. Now, unfortunately, you come into a lot of situations where they are unavoidable, and you have to deal with them. I'm now red on food, so I'm just gonna go ahead and hide real quick and drink my water. And have some tuna. Okay, so this is the route I'm going to show you. That's the easiest route for me, because I go by landmarks. And I just puked on my helmet. Did they implement the disease factor? If they did, I'm kind of screwed. Now, if you look at the map, or if you just know the map pretty well, you'll know there are places for you to check for water, to get water. Ooh, I'm going to drop my ballistic vest. I'm going to grab that. But if you ever need water, and you're by the crane, you can come over here to this water fountain here, which I've been killed here on multiple occasions. Just minding my own business and refilling my water. I've once had someone camp in the hospital right there with a sniper. Going to drink this water real quick. Now, I'm only showing just for the factor that it could happen, but I would not recommend doing this right now, of sitting here, of taking more time at the water fountains, because this is where a lot of people, if people know where this is, they will come to it. And because in cities, there's only a few places where you can find these. So if people are looking for water and you're there, then you may die. Because it takes time to fill your water and drink it. You know, it just takes more time. So as soon as I refill this, I'm gonna get out of here. Okay. And what you do is you just put the water ball in your hand and then hold right trigger to refill it and drink it. So from the crane, what you want to do is you want to head over here, and there's a single road. And this road will basically take you all the way to northwest. If you go this direction, at least. And what you want to look for is you want to look for this construction site over here. So it's this road. And a lot of people use this road too. So you gotta be careful. That is Russian for Berzino. Berzino. Once again, I would, if I had a knife of some sort, I would definitely kill that chicken right now that I hear. It's right over there somewhere. So I'm going to cut through the field here. This is where a lot of the walking comes in, going from here to northwest. It'll take me at least 40 minutes to get there, depending on if I get into any situations. So I'm going to go ahead and cut till I get to the next place that I want to talk about. Actually, before I cut, this is, I've officially reached 60 minutes, an hour long stream right now, which I'm hoping that I will cut down into a lot shorter. But if it isn't, rip. Also, I guess I should add in, you should always look out for hunting stands right there. They follow tree lines in open fields. You can go there and you can find really good gear. You can find weapons, good clothing, basically anything you would need for survival, which is really good. Sometimes they won't spawn anything. It spawned a hunting jacket, which has a Slav 18, and I have 24. So that's actually a really good thing to grab, but I have a better jacket on, so I don't need to worry about that. Should always just skim your area. Look for any movement before you go back on a journey. Just because you don't see someone doesn't mean they don't see you. You know, for all I know, I could be in someone's scopes right now, and they're just waiting for the perfect moment for me to stand still. Okay, so if you follow the road up here, there's a house over here, which you can go there and check it out if you want. Sometimes you can get something, sometimes you can't. But there'll also be lots of zombies for whatever reason. There's a zombie right there. For whatever reason, zombies spawn right at that house. And I personally just don't see it risking my life just to loot one house. But then again, it's risk versus risk and reward. So I just cut through the field right here. And right up here, when we get around the corner, we're going to be at the Gorka tents. Gorka is like the halfway point between Berezino and Northwest Airfield. That's where a lot of people like to meet at too. Like me and my friends, for instance. Because we all have the same kind of idea of how we want to play this game is loot, military base, come back to spawn and kill people. So we always like to take this route. And so Gorka is like a nice halfway point to meet each other at. So I'm just actually going to continue streaming to show you guys for right now. I'm going to bring out my weapon. So this is a military outpost. You can find really good loot here. I'm good on clothing and everything like that. I just need a backpack and some more weapons and ammo and food and water. However, I've been killed here by people. I've killed people here before too. Oh, there's some Pepsi. There's also a lot of zombies here too, so be careful. I don't need it. $45. Can I actually put that on? I cannot, but that is a suppressor for an AK. Ooh. Kitchen knife. I can now some chicken. Also, you should always loot the zombies. Check the zombies for loot, because they may not always spawn loot, but the ones that do will give you something that you will need. They won't ever give you something that you won't need. Sometimes they'll give you ammo, sometimes they'll give you food, water. They won't ever give you just useless things that you don't need. Okay, so right over here, you can follow the road, but if you want to save more time, just cut up right through this forest right here. And because what this thing is, it's just really long, goes all the way around to right here, and then goes up. So if you don't want to waste time. Now, for new people, I don't recommend cutting through forests, because you can easily get lost. So only, you once again, you do you, boo. But if you want my advice, I recommend you do not cut through forests, unless you actually know the map, or at least you know where you're going, or you know how to navigate fairly well. Because I can't tell you how many times me and my friends have gone lost. Just because we let's just take a shortcut through this forest, and then we get lost, and then we don't know where we ended up. once you cut through, you just want to follow this road. And then you get to Gorka. And then we'll loop the Gorka. We'll get to Gorka and then we'll pass through Gorka. I don't really like to stop in Gorka, just because it's usually it's a fairly active place, and most people that get up here are already fairly looted. So I usually just like to cut through Gorka. There's another hunting stand over there, but I don't think we need it right now, so I'm just not going to go to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut right through Gorka. Well, not right through it, but I'm going to go around the side of it. Okay, so I'm in Gorka. Zombies. I'm just gonna cut around right here. There will be a decent amount of zombies here, which is another reason why it's just best to like avoid Gorka, just because you don't want to risk yourself to zombies. Now, of all places that I wouldn't recommend going I would not recommend going to the Gorka police station. Once again, because it is a big meetup town where friends like to meet up at. And people will always go to the police station to loot it. So, one time I was even walking right here and some guy was up there with a sniper and he shot me. So, there won't always be people here, but it is a high populated area. So you have more risk, you have more likelihood of running into someone here. Like 3 out of 5 times I've run into someone in this town. Here, chicken. Okay. So, when you kill a chicken, or a person, or any animal for that matter, you take out your knife, put it in your hand, and then you hold the right trigger on the chicken. Put your knife away. And then press Y on the chicken. Now, I'm not yellow food right now, so I'm going to hold on to that chicken for now. So you want to follow this main road straight through Gorka. I wouldn't recommend being on the road, but be next to it to where you can see it. Just through Gorka. Once you get out of Gorka, you know, I'll probably follow it. Okay, so as we're following this road here, just outside of Gorka, you may notice there's a giant tower. It's definitely a cool tower. You can go there, but I do not recommend climbing the tower because I don't know if they patched it, but I know that as of right now, if you climb that tower and you get to the very top, it will fling you off the tower and you die. And there's not even really any important stuff to go up there. So, I just want to recommend going there. But you do you, boo. So coming up here, we have the blue sign, and blue signs is how you look for nothing, so you know where to go. They're always blue. And once you know the names of places, it's pretty easy to follow. So the Russian word looks like it's Haben Kobab, and that's 3 miles away, but it's actually called Starry. So we're gonna head to the Starry Tents, and that's just follow this road. Okay, so I'm getting a little hungry, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. Now, you'll notice that my disease goes up 3. So once they implement the disease factor, you do not want to do that, because you will get sick and die. What you'll want to do is you want to make a campfire, and oh, did they implement it? I don't know. Did they finally implement disease? That shouldn't have happened. Or maybe it will happen, it just won't affect you as bad as it should. I don't know. Okay, so here on the road, you may find, I mean, you can follow these. I personally have not uh, used this, but that's just because I know the map. But if you do want to follow the signs like that, you can always do that. There's also maps here that you can use. Basically, we are over here, and we're heading over, like, there-ish, I believe, or no, right there. That's it. From there to there. So, I mean, the print is pretty small, and it's also in Russian. So, but you know, if that's something you're into, then go for it. Okay, so now we are. That is Starry. Well, the beginning of Starry. Yep. So we're gonna be looking for a big red warehouse, and then we'll be going to the Starry tents. Now I'm not gonna actually loot Starry, unless I absolutely need to. Okay. So I believe that's it. Looks like it. So where my cursor is, that thing in the far distance, that is where I need to go. Also, another thing, in case you didn't know, you can also walk and eat. Okay, so now we're in Starry. Just gonna... Once again, just like Gorka, I'm not gonna really put too much time into it. I'm just gonna just pass right by it. This is another big pop. Basically, all places I'm going to from here on out is really big populated areas. So just be careful in each place you go. Overall, you should be careful in the entire game. You know, if you play stupid, you're gonna die. If you play smart, you will have a better chance of living. You know, it is a survival game after all. It does look like the sun's actually gonna be setting, so maybe we might actually be getting some nighttime. Which I probably should have kept those flashlights from earlier. So, over here in Starry, if you go to this church, also, nope, okay, we're good. These little things next to gates, you should always check them because you can sometimes find weapons. Like so. So from here, we want to go to Katbin Kobop. So I just talked to some of my Dayz friends, and they said at this current state you will puke, but it will not hurt you like it should. But once again, this is that current state, so maybe if you're currently watching this video later on, it could be where you do eat raw chicken and then you die. You can get sick and die. So over here, what you want to look for is you want to look for this red warehouse. And the big golf, I call it golf ball, on a stick, like on a tee. Now over here you really need to be careful because this is a military outpost. And what a lot of people like to do is they will sit up in that building right there and then snipe people that goes in there. That was actually happening to me last time I played. Check. So there's not that many people online, which is good in my case right now, just because the likelihood of them actually being here is not very likely. However, they could still always be here, and they could always take advantage of the fact that we're on a low population server and come to military places, which would be more higher risk of running into someone. It's, you know, risk versus reward type situation. Maybe you want to pass through here and go straight to Northwest. I personally like to go through here every time to better the odds of getting good loot. But that does tell me that the likelihood of someone actually sitting there in a low population server waiting for someone to come by is a lot less likely. So that's good on my part. Though I don't want to jinx it and then have that actually be the case. So just always have your eyes open. Now, how you want to approach this base is completely up to you. If you want to go up in these little hills right here and then scout out the area a little bit. If you just want to run right in. Now, I'm seeing zombies, which is a good thing, because that means that if there was a person here, then either there'd be no zombies, or they'd be attracted to him. However, I'm just going to play it safe real quick. Climb up this tower. And scout out the area real quick. And another thing that people like to do is they like to go to bases like this, and then they like to server hop onto low populated servers. So just because you see someone there right now, you don't see anyone there right now, doesn't mean that someone won't just pop into the world in like 10 seconds, perhaps where you're standing. So I don't think there's anyone here, because there's zombies and the zombies aren't attracted to anyone. They're just kind of mindlessly doing their own thing. So that tells me I can go ahead and go down there. Always check behind you. Yep, everybody I was standing right here and then I got shot at by an AK. Okay, sometimes, this is actually a good thing that's happening right now, sometimes when you're in towers like this, you will, okay, I can do it now. But sometimes when there is an item or something right here next to the ladder, it will not let you climb down the ladder because that is in the way. So what you would want to do is you just want to put the jacket or whatever in your inventory and then slide down and then drop the jacket if you want. So I'm just going to cautiously walk through here, loot the place. I don't have any inventory space, so I need a backpack. Road flare. Found an M4, that's cool. Don't have any magazines or ammo for it at the moment, but it's still good to grab. Okay, when you hear zombies roar like that, then that means they're aggroed on you. Now, if I shoot the zombie, it's gonna lure every zombie in this area to me, and then I have to kill all the zombies. So I think I'm just gonna stand up here and let it do its thing. And then eventually it will leave me alone. And now we're gonna pick up that cleaning kit. Going to put this AK in my hand. So if you want to use a weapon cleaning kit, is that not how you do it? Well, apparently it's not working right now. I actually really don't need this pistol, and the ammo and the magazine for it's a lot more rare, so I'm just not gonna bring it with me. Yep, and eventually the zombie will lose interest. Still gotta keep a good eye out. Like I said, zombies, if you know how they work, they're pretty easy to avoid. So they are always a constant danger and threat to you. But if you know how to avoid them and work around them, then you should be pretty well. Now, however, if I wanted to kill all the zombies and then loot them, then that'd be cool too. But me doing that would in turn let all zombies in my area know that I'm here, and also if there's anyone near me, any other players are near me, they would then know where I am. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop this. Put that helmet on. Protect you from bullets. I'm gonna go back and grab that can of bacon. I'm really needing water right now, so I'm going to now, one of the more annoying things, I guess, if you don't have a backpack, is that if you want to put away your gun and you don't have a backpack, you can't. You have to actually put the gun down and do it that way. And that's gotten me killed too before, where I thought I was by myself and I put my gun down, and then some guy came up out of nowhere and killed me. So now that we looted that place, we're gonna head to northwest. Which one do you wanna go in this direction? I've now played for exactly 100 minutes. So this is either Novi or Starry. I think it's Novi. Pretty sure it's Novi. I don't know. I'd have to look at the map. The only thing is that Novi and Starry, they're both spelled very similar in Russian, and they are both like right next to each other. So like, it's a little confusing. So this is Cabanho. I don't really know I forget the English word of it. But if you just go to Cabanho, okay, there are zombies in my area. Gonna try to avoid them. Nope. Unfortunately, when you alert one zombie, you kind of alert a lot more zombies. Is it chicken? So there's that road right there. That's what we want to follow. In fact, there's also a little pond right here that we're going to stop at real quick and refill our water bottle. Actually, before we do that, so what you want to do, so if you look in my hands, they're bloody from chopping up the chicken. That will tell you two things, other people. It means that you are probably cannibal, and people may not want to trust you. But also, it will give you disease. So if I were to just to take a sip from this with bloody hands, then I can get sick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to get my water bottle out. Refill my water. I'm going to drink my entire water bottle. And then I'm going to refill it again, and then we can go. Actually, I'm curious. Will this E-suppressor work with the AK? I mean, not the AK, but the M4? No. Okay. Okay. So, you'll just want to follow this road. Now, the one thing about the Northwest Airfield is that you most will always find one person, at least one person there. Oh, the server will reset in 10 minutes. If you see down the bottom left screen how it says server will be restarted in 10 minutes. So, that's, as far as I know, it's just to get new loot. It resets every 90 minutes. I don't know if this is going to be a thing that stays in the game forever, but I hope it doesn't. But I'm pretty sure it's just so that loot can respawn. Which will be good because we will be in a area with lots of good loot. This is actually the darkest I've seen it on Xbox so far. It's not dark, but it's definitely like getting there. Cabana Ho. So this is the last town you will come upon until you get to the Northwest Airfield. It's actually like right. You can actually see the Northwest from here. Okay, so like I said, so you can see it from Cabana. So you just walk right through the main town, and then you look over there, and there to see that right there, that little tower and that wall. That's the Northwest Airfield. Oh, Jesus Christ, holy shit. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god, my heart is racing right now. Well, that's Dayz for you. Like I said. Oh my god, my heart is just pumping right now. I don't know where that was from. That was that was something. Yeah, no, like I said, just because you don't see someone doesn't mean they don't see you. And at any moment of playing Dayz, you can get shot at, you can get sniped. Showed you two different occasions just that in this one sitting of a game where I just minded my own business and then I just got shot out from nowhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and press respawn. And now I'm at the beach. All the way over here. And that's one of the things about Dayz, is that after I played for 113 minutes, 113 minutes of playing, which is an hour and 53 minutes, I finally get to where I've been walking to after 2 hours. And as I'm approaching it, I get sniped in the head. That's just one of the great moments of this game. So, I'm gonna cut here and end.